we have more than 5 years of experience of Jewish genealogy research in Ukrainian archives. And during our work, we use a lot of different kinds of Jewish documentation, as well as metrical books, census tales, and so on. This is a known one. Everybody, I think that everybody who's doing genealogical research knows about that. But anyway, also, we usually use a lot more very specific Jewish documentation, which can describe more about your ancestors. And today we will try to provide you in the new ones all the documentation that could be found in Ukrainian archives regarding World War I, the Jewish refugees, army records, and so on, which could be found in Ukraine. Also, this is our first speech in English ever, so please, and we work in both. So we husband and wife. My name is Alex Lipis and Nadia Lipis. She's actually a speaker and she's actually the boss. Yeah, that's not a joke. This is definitely true. And so I think that before we start, I need to tell something like a preface about the First World War and the Jewish in that war. So when the war began, the Jewish population started to be the same patriotic wave as all the other people. At the beginning of the war, it was something about 400. Do you hear me? No? Yeah.
Somebody's coming to fix it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I need, if I will tell here? Okay, great. So, at the beginning of the war, it was something about 400,000 Jews who were in the army. To the end of the war, this number is much greater. It was something about 500,000 Jews who was in the war, and the soldiers, and support Russian Empire in that war. But anyways, a lot of any other Jews who cannot go to the war, they'd be something like about volunteers, they've been doctors, and they had a lot of different kinds of awards of Russian Empire. But today we will talk not about them, mostly not about them. We will talk about the people who become Jewish refugees when the German soldiers came to the Ukraine, and this part of Ukraine, mostly the Pale of a settlement. You know about it, right? So, and all the Jewish population started to move to the big cities as for the shelter. And in the big cities, I mean Kiev, Yekaterinoslav, it's more modern Dnipropetrovsk, and Kharkov, and so on. It was so many Jewish committees to help and support these Jewish people. And we researched this documentation, these committees, not from the history side, but mostly from genealogical side, because people filling their ankets or filling forms, the people who try to help to the children, they also write down all this list, and today you will see how it looks like. So I think we can start with the main part. 1 second. So
as my husband said, we have two types of First World War records. Most of the lecture, I will talk about refugees. Its fund is in Kiev State Archive, but he is definitely available in your Washington Historical Museum as well. So if somebody would like to research it, it's available, it's free, and it's much easier to use it in Washington museums than in Kiev.
Which Washington?
Washington Holocaust Museum. On the 5th floor they have an archive. It's a database as far as I remember, 3057, something like that.
Yes. We've been there before we came here. We've been in Washington, and 2 days of hard work. We just check what they have and what Ukrainian archives.
For you, because you can't use Ukrainian archives, but this fonts was digitalized by them. So, if you can speak Russian, read Russian, you can use it. Once, I believe, they will digitalize it, as they do with some other database that I already used as well.
Okay.
Okay. So, now on the screen you can see the anket of child that needed to sit somewhere in the kind of children garden. And it was forbidden, as usual, to take children without agreement of somebody who living with them. Not usually it was their parents. So here, what kind of information you can get from this enquete? Full name of the old person, where this person is living now. I mean exactly on the time this enquete is written. And which children this person want to get to the children garden. And if first, for example, child Esther is her own daughter, second child is her nephew and has different surname.
So it's only listing the children who are going to be in the school, not all the children in the house, right?
Normally, it's all the children that are available in this person because they didn't have any money, and it was only one option to give food for children. It's to send them to children garden. And I think that they hand these enquetes because not always this food was very, very kosher. And fathers are giving authorities that they knew about that, and anyways they want that the child will eat something.
What is anket?
The filling form. Then you come for some organization. You need to fill some form, and yes, anket in Russian. Yeah.
And this is another kind of document. It's a reference ID for Jewish refugee. This means that in Russian Empire, nobody never can live without ID document. Especially Jews, because they couldn't move without legal document which is giving them this authority to move somewhere. First World War destroyed the walls, and the Jews started to move. It was possible for them to move, and each Jew used this option. So here they're talking about that. I don't remember if Alex told all these documents. They are from Kiev archive. So they were in Kiev gubernia. And here is saying that Shimon Altman was departed from city Obertnya. And Obertnya, it's not Kiev gubernia at all. It's somewhere around Galicia. And he really known in community. He is nice. He never tried to be a spy, things like that. And he's the organization which giving this ID are sitting on specific address, and two people are handing this document.
They're like witnesses to say that.
What city is this?
Obertnya.
No, this
is document from Kiev.
Yeah.
But this person was from Obertnya, in fact.
That's why, even if your relative are from Galicia or somewhere else, it doesn't matter they lived all the time there, especially in the World War I. So they moved to big shelters, as I said before, and the Kiev was one of big shelters. That's why they can search a lot of different documentation from other parts of Jews who lived in other parts of Ukraine.
Even not Ukraine, former Russian Empire. For example, this is list of the people asking for returning home. And their home was in different places as well. But most of this list is people from Carpathian area. So most of them are living in Colonia. Colonia, Stanislavic, now Ivano-Frankov, so definitely not central Kiev area. And Russian Empire did some kind of strange things. They were arrested people from Galicia and taking them to Kiev prisons. And they were sitting in these prisons a year or two. They just want to be sure that the relatives of these Jews will not help to German army, for example. And here is a list of people who were arrested in Galicia and Bukovina, which is Romania. And this community which tried to help such kind of people just took them from the prison and tried to help them with food and so on.
You can read, I think, something. So for example, the information that could be found here, this is the name, the family name, the patronymic name, the place, exactly the place they came from. They were captured in that place.
For example, first one was from village Savki, Skalovskого уезда, Tarnopolской губернии. So full information. I mean, village place, it's not like he was from Galicia. He was from exact place. I mean, village, уезд, and губерния in the end of the story.
And as well, the age. It's very important in genealogical research when we can see the exact age of the people, of the exact year.
This, for example, is a list of disabled refugees. So it was important for Jews all the times in any place to help for disabled and for children. We talked about children before, and we will talk about children after, and now this is a disabled list. So what kind of information we can get from this disabled refugee? It's his surname, his age, from where he is, if where is the husband or householder, I mean where is the man of this family, and children which is living with this person. And this is like nice example of nobody knows where is the documents. Again, I'm saying that these documents are from Kiev Archive, and this is list of students who is studying at a Jewish school at Pinsk. Pinsk in Belorussia. Do you understand, yeah? I have no idea why these documents are in our archive.
Yeah, that's why it's very hard. Sometimes it's very hard to make a research in Ukrainian archives and this former Soviet Union area because of the mess. You need to understand that all the archives documents, they moved from archive to archive for we don't know for such reason. It was in a civil war, and then in the Second World War they just moved around. A lot of them they lost really in their journeys, but sometimes we can find in very unusual places the unusual documents. They just put in one file and that's it, and nobody knows where it is, and we just opened the book and found it.
And again, in the most of children documents, they have some line about where is the father, and half children has father in United States. Wow. That means that most of these children are here in the end of the story.
Yeah, because it was such a common thing, because before then the war starts, and after the first pogroms, the heads of a family tried to escape this area, and they tried to find a new place to live. That's why a lot of the Jewish the fathers of the family just came to United States, first of all to New York, and then their families in all the filling forms and all these references, just write their place they live, and sometimes it's possible to find even addresses of their New York place.
And why these people who were looking for children were writing where is the father? Because after that they made communities about helping to find relatives in the United States. And they were trying to find their parents. And very often, like, the families from United States were trying to find their relatives in Ukraine. Because of the First World War, it was impossible to move after 914. And if somebody came like before and didn't have enough time to bring her family with him, it means that for 8 years they were separated from each other. And this is another document, again from Pinsk. But children, like it's not school, it's like kind of children garden. And again, all these children, for example, first child, his father is on the war. What does it mean if his father is on the war? That means that it's possible to find him in the army documents. I mean in the regular army documents. After that, we have a lot of children without any parents. That maybe father was killed in the war and the mother was died because of some illness.
Money help.
And this is a list of people who receive money help at Lutsk. Again, definitely a different region. It's the end of Volhynia Gubernia, and even after the revolution, this part was under Polish government. It even wasn't Soviet Union. But we have these documents in Kiev.
What's the name of the town?
Lutsk.
Lutsk. It's Volhynia Gubernia, end of it. And here again we have a full family name, a full name of the person, how old is he, if he is married, from where exactly he is, because Lutsk, again, it was big city and it was a lot of villages nearby. And most of the Jews were living not in the city, in the villages. So here we have exact place of this person, and later we have причина.
The
Reason why he should get this money. Because he is ill, because he can't walk, because he's old, because it's a young woman, whatever.
Yeah. And in our practice, it reveals more information about the family, not just because the place of living or just place of birth. We can find new information about if somebody was ill in the family, if somebody was orphan in the family, if or any other things.
No, for example, here's line number 7. It's Frima Gluzman. She's 36. She's mother. Has 2 family members. Husband in United States. And sometimes we have strange documents that we have a list of refugees, this is for sure. We know from where they are and where they live now, but we have no idea when it was and from where these documents, as this one.
And the year also.
Mm-hmm. No place, no date.
Children, Cherkasy shelter.
And this is a document about children from Cherkasy shelter. Again, Kiev is definitely not Cherkasy, but these documents are in Kiev. And there is a full family information, and especially here, they are listing not somebody one and 5 people with him, for example. Here they have full list of children. For example, the first, it's Ax Shmul and Ax Burach. And they are Motalevichis, that means that they were 2 brothers, and we have age of each of this child, and if they are ill or if they are not ill. And again, from where they was. And most of the children, again, was from Volhynia. Like half of this list is from Lutsk. Again. And very often, children don't know, like, from where they were before. Because, for example, the first child, Shmuel, he was only 4 years old. His brother is a little bit elder, but maybe he don't remember, know his parents and know his birthplace. And they are sure that they are from Cherkasy, for example. But in fact, they are not from Cherkasy. They are from Lutsk. And this is just second part of this document. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of information in such kind of documents about the children, where they lived, who moved them to Cherkasy, and so on. Again, we have a list of people who want to return back home. This is a list of people that want to return back to Pogrebiще. Pogrebiще is a small village near Berdichev.
Professional occupation.
And here we have a list of refugees with a professional occupation. So like the same kind of information that we can get from census tales and even more. Because normally from any of census tales except of 1997, we have no idea what was the occupation of our ancestor. And from this shell we can tell whom they was.
And the occupation, I mean a job, a work of this, or professional skills of this person was very important because all the refugees, most of the refugees tried to find their job. And it was very important to, if you're some professional something, and this list helped to find a job for these people. So if, for example, you know something about your ancestor, just he was a carpenter, or he was, I don't know who, a tailor, or something like this, in this kind of documents it could be found. Suffered from pogroms.
And here we have a list of people that were suffered from pogroms, and again they wanted to move back homes. Yeah. And here we even have information which you can read, because it's a Polish language, so that means that it's Latinic alphabet.
Yeah.
So, and you can see that here again we have full family members, and their age, and from where they came, because here is information about the passport. And passport was given by some city.
Yeah. And more in details, I will talk tomorrow morning about the documents of pogroms. It could be used as Jewish genealogical research. So tomorrow morning, you're welcome also. So it will be more revealed about these things happened.
So this was the first part regarding refugees communities, and now I'm going to talk about different kind of documents which can be used in the search, and you will never think that they exist somewhere, but they can be used too. And on this lecture, again, I'm talking only about the documents which could be related for the First World War, because I have another speech today, and there I will talk about another types of documents. And here there is only about the First World War. So this is army recruit list from Pereyaslav city, for example. And here we can find, again, full family information of this person and his exactly date of birth, which normally you can find only in his birth record. But unfortunately, in Ukrainian archives, birth records of Jews are not so available. So very often only here you can find exact date, not year. And this date was normally correct because army offices were checking the age of Jews like each year. And a couple of years ago, because of these army documents, was found that the correct date of birth of Sholem Aleichem is 2 years. He was 2 years older than you know from all the books and Wikipedia and so on, just because they were trying to play with their age because of the army. No, неважно. And here is a document about war tax. You know that if a country has a war, government trying to reach more money than usually taking from the people, so they are making additional tax. The same thing just made by Ukrainians today morning. They decided that they will take 1.5% from each salary. And 100 years ago, it was the same stories. Russian government were trying to take money, and people were trying not to pay them. And we have a lot of cases about with these asks, when people just asking to give them discount from different reasons. Because he's one son, because his son in the war, because his house was fired, whatever.
Yeah, I will tell just a little more. So in our practice, we had a real client who we could not find any information about him. Just a few things. The only one things we knew he had something like grocery store in that time, and we started to search in war tax documents to find if he tried to escape this tax, and we found him. And also we found he just wrote that I have very big family. I started to write everybody in his family and their age. I have small children and the names like this, and I live in a poor condition, live for that address, and so on, so on. So sometimes only one part of your what you know, and you probably think it's not so important, but it's very important to review for us all the information you have. So probably we can find in other kinds of documents more and more information.
And this is example how this book looks like, and you can see that it's case from 1916, so exactly it was middle of the war.
Yeah. So the most part of Ukrainian archives documents we can find, it looks like this. So the books, it's very important to know for you, all the books are not in a very good condition. So sometimes even if we requested to work, we cannot receive it because of different reasons, and the archive workers said for us, okay, this is how it's called. We're trying to repair it, and it could be done for years, you know. And for example, another big fund, very important for us, population census 1897 was closed for 1 year because they tried to scan it or something like this, but it was not done. It was not done yet. They opened it just before we came here to the United States, and it was just for 2 weeks. So. And
very often there is no name of the case at all. You see, this is a cover, course on army recruits, but you have no idea what is inside when you're just looking on this book. And if an archive worker is not very professional, this book would never found, just because there is no name on it. And this is example of document that we can find inside. So this is army recruit lists. And here we can find again information about, we don't have here information about his family, But he have here information about the person, I mean soldier. So we pretty sure that all these people were something around 18 years old, because people as now were needed to go to the army at this age. So it's people from 18 till 20 years old.
And this kind of documents has a little bit difference from all the history of Russian Empire, censuses and something like this. They tried to separate Jewish people and non-Jewish people in their documents, but not in the army records lists. So,
I mean, not in the army war records list. I mean, Jewish documents before 20th century, they are going only for Jews. But the First World War was war for any part of Russia. So that means here all the people are together. First one is Berezovsky Motel. Second one is Benievich Froem. And after him is going Bardadin Ivan Vlasovich, who is definitely Russian, of course.
And these books, the size like this. So, and we have another project for us. We're trying to collect all the possible information of any Jewish family names and that kind of documents. So we're doing such kind of database to collect and to provide more more professional search. I don't know. So we just need to open the database. Not all the documents yet. Digitalized? I don't know how to say it. Written. So this is a big project. We're doing doing this the last 2 years. We're trying to rewrite all the possible Jewish family names we could find in any Ukrainian archives and any Ukrainian documentation. This is a big project for all the life, I think. So, but the most important things are done already.
And here is again a very funny document where it's saying that the father of the soldier knows that his soldier need to go to the army, and he's writing that he will bring him back to the army. So here we have information about that. For example, I just will translate all the documents. In October 1915, I am father of a recruit who was a recruit from 31st of October in Kaniev UES Army office. Gershka Spivak. He's the father of Gershka Spivak and he is Aron Spivak. I am saying that I will bring my son Gershka Spivak to the army office in the correct time and his signature. So from this document you have you can see the handwriting of your ancestor, for example. No, his name and the name of his son that maybe you already know, because his son is your grandfather, probably. Could be.
So there are lots of any other documentation with the personal signature of the persons.
But we will talk about them later.
Yeah, but we will talk about them. Okay.
And this is a list of former army records. So here again we have full information about the person and about his family members. And again, there is a lot of mixing documents. So in this list, for example, there is no Jews, there is Christians, but it was the same. It's possible to find the same kind of information. For example, you see number 4, somebody is married, and here we can find all list of his people, his children, his wives, their age, and where exactly they are living. And this is a title of pension book. I need to tell that most of save the documents, it's a tax books. And pension book is one kind of the tax book, anyway. And here we can find the information that when somebody was in the army, his wife or his mother each month had some salary or pension for him. So, of course, we don't have full information, but again, we have her name, we understand where she is living, and sometimes if she knows to write, we can find her signature that she got this money as well. Yes. So this is all pictures that we have for today. But there is many other documents. As I told, the first part of the speech was about the documents that you can find in Washington Historical Archive. And second part of the document could be found only in Ukrainian archives. So I did pictures from different archives just to let you know that such kind of information is available in any city. And not always in your own city you can find this information. And actually I started to do these things when I understood that I know a couple of cities, as Kremenchuk, for example, which Central Archive, Poltava Archive, was totally destroyed. And there is no straight documents about Kremenchuk, no censuses, no metrical books, nothing. But the city was very, I can't say that it was central, but it was a lot of military plants there. So, and because of it, a lot of information about Kremenchuk could be found in such kind of first world documents, for example, in Kharkov archives. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. So, okay. So I just do this first.
Have you found anything for Kherson? My family lived there 6 years during the First World War. From Lithuania, they were refugees, and they lived in Kherson.
We are working archive by archive. Actually, we are planning to go to Kherson and look what is available there. Because this document, nobody tried to search. And that's why nobody made the normal indexes. And even not always, I understand that if I will take this specific font, I will find inside something. So that means that first of all, I need to go to the archive, open their list of their books. After that, think that maybe this font seems that should be something interesting inside. After that, I need to take indexes and read these indexes, and after that I need to take the book, open it, and understand if it's something that I need or not. So it's not a quickly process.
Do you have access to the vital records of Yekaterinoslav?
What kind of records?
The birth and death.
Of course, in Dnipropetrovsk.
Yeah.
They are working in all the archives.
Which archives are those records kept?
In Dnipropetrovsk.
Yekaterinoslav,
It's Dnipropetrovsk.
Dnipropetrovsk, the same city.
Okay.
I think this from this, yeah,
How about Zhytomyr?
the same.
There are archives in Zhytomyr. I haven't started looking yet, but
Yes, there is a nice archive in Zhytomyr. On the next lecture, I think I'll show a couple of documents from there. Zhytomyr archive, from one side, is one of the friendly archives, but from another side, he's friendly because they are taking money for each book. And normally, we need to get some amount of pages for free, but not in Zhytomyr archive.
What is the website so we can stay in touch? And also, очень интересно, большое спасибо. Нравится.
Thank you. Okay, so I will tell the in short. So here you see our logo, JewUA.info. This is the website. Also, we have business cards near us. So you can, after the lecture, after we finish, you can bring it. You can take this. So here is the business card of my wife. Yeah, but this is for both of us. It has telephone numbers for Ukraine, not American ones, but Ukrainian ones. The email manager@WWI.info. This is the business email for us, and the Skype, and this is the website WWI.info and WWI.com. So because we're doing not also the Jewish genealogical researches, but also heritage trips for all the Ukraine.
Well, in case you run out of business cards, could you pass one around, and whoever wants to could also, as a backup, copy down that information?
Do you have enough for everybody?
Do you have
Yeah.
enough for
Yeah.
everybody?
Okay.
Okay.
So feel free to ask the questions because I didn't know. I had speech in Boston like week before, and it was 2 hours. It was not enough, so I was trying to make it shorter. And as far as I see, I make it too short. So, but now you are lucky; you can ask questions. Yes.
Can you tell me a little about Novo Alexandros? What kind of records you have?
Again, like small cities in not in Kiev gubernia as your city as well. They normally should be in their local archives. So first of all, you need to, for example, I can't say from my mind, from my head right now that I know the city and I exactly know where it exists, and I know where is the documents. I don't. I don't have any problem in Crimea just because my husband was born there, but not because of it. I have an index project, as I told you, and I have a historical guy in Crimea who is working on me. So he has Crimean citizenship. I think now he has Russian citizenship already, but we don't have any problems with Crimea Archives. But if your village is about is colony, I think that he talked too much today. So if it was colony, that maybe a document should be in Kherson archive, not in Crimea. It was a colony, it was a city, what it was.
You live in Kiev?
Yes.
Where would bar records be?
Bar, it's in Vinica archive, not much, but something could be found.
And also the northern tip of Bessarabia, Sokoyani, is now actually in Ukraine.
Yeah, part is in Vinica archive, and the second part of Bessarabia is in Kherson archive as well.
Okay, here. You know, an example, 570 men were deported during World War I from the town of Kropotkin, which is in the Stanislav district,
Yeah.
to Kiev.
Yes, and I showed here documents where it was people that wants to come back from this area. It was people from Colonia, it was people from from Stanislav, which is Ivano-Frankovsk, and I saw documents about Rogatin, of course, as well.
Okay, great.
I have no idea why they were moved to Kiev.
Do they include lists of people who had died? In general, are there lists of refugees that had died during that period?
If this person were died in Kiev, he was recorded in Kiev metrical books. So there's because they were right, they might to do it, because if you don't have any record from the doctor and it's not registered in metric books, it's like you killed this person. So that's why people try to make this documentation very quickly after the death. Yes.
Could you say the name of the phone or file that you mentioned was at the United States Holocaust Memorial? Because these documents-
As far as I remember, it is 30 pound 057. 30 pound dot 0.057. Yes.
My wife's family came from a shtetl that disappeared right after World War I, midway between Zhytomyr and Berdichev. Very famous name because of Mikhail Khodorkovsky. The shtetl is Khodorkov. And I'm curious, would that be in the Kiev gubernia?
I have a question. Why do you think that the shtetl has disappeared? I have been there.
My mother-in-law went there in 1975. It was not there.
I have been there. I even know where is the cemetery. And it was part of Kiev gubernia. Even census 97 exists. There is censuses. All information is available. Yes.
I guess the same question for Kazatine, which is just south of Zidmar. Do you know that town?
South of what?
Thank you.
And what is the name of the village?
Kazchin?
Maybe Kazatin?
Okay.
No, because there is two similar names. Like one Kazatin should be in Chernigov gubernia, which is in Chernigov archive, and another one is in Zhytomyr. So you should know which one you are looking for. So if it's close to Zhytomyr, it should be in Zhytomyr archive.
I'm going to try and say another city name. It's Kamenets-Podolsk?
Yes. Kamenets-Podolsky archive was fired, and they moved documents to Khmelnytsky. But Khmelnytsky archive doesn't want to give these documents to anybody because they're saying that they didn't make a normal catalog yet.
Index. Yeah.
Index book.
Yeah. Here.
Is there documentation about the towns of Kanev and Yantropostrov and Kefalostrenislav?
Dnipropetrovsk is Yekaterinoslav, so it's the same place. And can you repeat the first? Kanev depends what kind of information you are looking for. For example, I checked already census 97, and about Kanev city there is no information. I mean, there's 5 people maybe. But Kanev, yes, is a little bit more. And there is another kind of documents, I mean, previous censuses and things like that. Very often it's very important to know what exactly you know about your ancestors and how deep you know. Because sometimes if you know somebody who born, for example, before 1850, it's like 100% possible to find some information because most of these censuses are available. But if you don't know, it could be in some areas really problem.
I do know my family's history back to about 1840.
Exactly. So that means that we can find your family very easy somehow.
Yeah. Here.
Did you ever come across any records for the town of Vladimir Volensky?
Of course, it's in Zhytomyr archive. I can't say there is a lot, but there is different types of the document, include censuses and army record books and things like that.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, I know. Uzhgorod archive is not easy as well, but I have some contacts there. So documents from Uzhgorod are available. But they have a strange price list because of it's like all Ukrainian and not only Ukrainian thing. Because if you know, Hungary now there is European country, and each person who can bring the document that his grandfather was citizen of Hungary, that means that he lived in Uzhgorod, Beregovo, or whatever before 39, can get a European passport. So that's why they are looking for each person that taking documents from there as potential Hungarian passport taker. And they think that people need to pay for another citizenship.
Yeah. Here.
My grandfather was from, and I'm going to spell it because I don't know how to say it, Gritsev. It looks like Gritsev.
Okay. Can you repeat, please?
Gritsev.
Gritsev.
Grit.
Yeah. So probably it's Gritsev.
Yes.
Gritsev, yeah. Знаешь, что это Gritsev?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. So I heard about the city, but I don't remember exactly which archive it should be. But I definitely saw some documents from there. Like again, this lecture and this speech and speech in 445, as far as I remember, is about the documents that not easy to find. I mean, regular documents as censuses and birth books, you can easily find on the Miriam Weiner website if they exist or if they not exist. Her information, of course, is not full. I mean, the small documents, she's not mentioned, but the main idea about what is available about your own city, you can get from there as well.
Military records for Sokol, would they be in Lvov and also for Kuti?
Yeah, they should be in Lvov. If you are talking about somebody who was a Polish citizen between 18 and 39.
So there's only the military. And what about that? What about like grandparents and relatives?
Again, I think that most of Galician records should be in Lvov archive, not in Lutsk for sure. Kuti? Kuti, it's more close to our area, but I need to check it first. I can't say just.
Yeah.
If we were to hire you to research on behalf of one family line in, say, Zhytomyr, and you go to the archives, I hired somebody 15 years ago to do that. At that time, he said there were no Xerox machines. He only sent me an extract.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know the entry for my grandmother's birth is there if he wasn't lying, but I would like an image.
Actually, that's why I'm yeah, of course. And especially that's why I'm always trying to give for my clients photocopies. Just because I heard about reputation of Ukrainian researchers and about archives reputation as well, because they don't like to tell truth as well very often. No, sometimes if you are trying to ask them something, they are not checking and just giving the answers that nothing was found. Sometimes they trying to find something, but they can't read the correct names. That's why they are answering that nothing was found. If I will have time, I will show for my next lecture, like answer from the archives that they can't find the person that I'm asking for, and like a little bit later, they're writing that it was found only exactly persons that I was asking for. So, and in my case, because it's like I was like insider question, because not foreigner or something like that. They made the full information that this person was not found, but was found that person, that it was person that I'm looking for exactly. But if you are asking, they can write only that your person was not found, because they are trying to use law about protection of personalities, and each archive is using this law as he wants. For example, Zhytomyr archive is not here because they need money. And the Dnipropetrovsk archive is here and asking for authority letters, especially if you need documents from ZAGS. As in your case, you're asking about somebody who born after 25, for example. I would need the authority letter from you. And you need to provide that this person is your relative. The same thing is about people who died in Holocaust. You understand that it was before 75 years. 75 years already not passed. So, authority letter, and that's it.
Does your website have examples of what is required in an authority letter?
No, not
yet. I would like it, though.
Thank you for this question.
Yeah, we will put it, but normally, if I need it, because very often I don't need it, but I need it, for example, for Belarusia always. If in Kiev archives, in Ukrainian archives, I can play with this somehow. In Belarusian archives.
I understand. So the way I think better to have it and not need it, than to have done the work and need it, not have it, and not be able to give over.
Exactly.
And I'm not sure culturally what the important words to include might be, and so a sample letter, oh, how helpful.
Yeah, great. But usually usually we send it personally. When we understand that we need to find it in such a cat who wants for us the authority,
Because-
we send email and we will give you example.
Because even I will put an example, you would need my private information in, because you are giving authority to me.
Right, but we would put in blank so I would know what kind of information
Yeah.
might need to be provided, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I know so much, I could give lots of information and still not give what that official is looking to see.
Yeah. Normally, they're asking authority letter if I need to make some pictures, or if I'm trying to get official letter from archives. It means it's a Xerox of this image with stamp of archive for this with proof of archives. This document was really taken from some Zhytomyr archive on this date, blah blah blah.
So you do pictures too. My people are Gumilyov, Beredicheva, Kiev.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to take your own camera to the archives and
Yeah.
take photos of it?
Yes, this one. This one is our working stuff.
The best choice for making photocopies and.
All our pictures is done by this thing, because anyways it's forbidden to use flash there. They don't have their own scans. For example, in Minsk archive, it's forbidden to use any of your records, and they are doing scans, but you need to wait for it during 1 month.
And very often the archives don't have any conditions for making photocopies. So I just go on the fencer, near the window, and just using the sunlight of it, because I cannot use flash, and there is no any lamps, there is no any light like this here, for example. It's very dark there.
Yeah, and if the day is not shiny, so we have a problem.
Yeah, here.
Yes.
Can you comment on whether the recent resistance, the pro-Russian separatists, are limiting any kind of work in the archives that you work in?
Now 2 archives are closed because of separatists are inside.
Which 2 archives?
Dnipropetrovsk and Donetsk and Lugansk. And nobody knows what we will find after. Like, nice thing that they had that they scanned the metrical books of Mariupol and Yuzovka, in Donetsk. So I don't remember if Mormons have them, but these microfilms are in archive as well. So it's more easy to read microfilms and books, anyways. But I'm not sure that they will give these archive letters from microfilms later. So you would have an information, for example, from this microfilm, but I'm not sure that we will get official letter from archives that this information is really exists there, because microfilm, it's still things that can be yes.
To get the books yourself.
Of course, you don't. Most of the archive, you can't come and say that I want to take these books, give it to me now. It's impossible. First of all, you need to call there, because not each archive has mail. Zhytomyr archive, for example, doesn't. And I'm calling to mobile phone of the worker, because in this place they don't have even local phone. So I need to call and say, I am planning to come in the 1st of September, for example, and I need such kind of the books. I'm coming in the 1st of September, with passport, of course, coming into this room with desks, as you're saying, and they can see that I am inside, and they are starting to bring me books.
Not more than 5.
Not more than 5 books per day per person. That's why we are normally going together with my husband, because we can take twice. Cherkasy archive don't like it so much, but have nothing to do. Yes.
My grandfather's brother got his passport in Żytomir, and my great-grandmother and three. Will I find anything in the archives, applications for a passport or anything there?
I will talk about that on my second speech. It would be documents about passports, a picture of how it's look like. I mean, inside the documents, not passport, but what kind of document, what kind of thing, what written like inside to get it.
I have actually a copy of the colony if I have a full address.
Yeah, I think that you need to show it to me, and it will be more easy for me to understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have it on a flash drive.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a laptop also. Yeah.
Yeah, with us now.
The towns of Stilig and Rosice, do they have archives for those towns?
What towns are once again?
Stilig,
Yeah, u Stilig, Żytomir archive. Yes, there is.
Rosice?
Maybe I don't understand what you are saying. If it's close to Stilig, it should be in the same archive.
50 kilometers northwest of Lvov.
If it's more close to Lvov, it should be in Lvov. But again, they were moving oblasti from place to place, and sometimes they were transferring documents together with oblast was moving, but sometimes not. So each time we need to check, like it's easy with big cities like Kyiv, Zhytomyr, Berdichev, but even though Berdichev, for example, should be in Zhytomyr archive because part of it's Volhynia, but all Berdichev is in Kyiv archive, except of a couple of books. So it's not very often as well.
The man who left in 19...
They need a document or permission.
Yeah, we showed it before. It was this kind of document. There is a list of people who are asking for going back. After that, they were getting the kind of document that I showed before, which was named ID refugees. And with this kind of documents, they were moving from one place to another place. And anyways, when they were coming to Kyiv or to Penza or never mind to where, they were bringing with them their passports. And when they were listed in the new city, they were using information from these passports. So it were written that this is Moshko Gubinyov, and he is from Vilno, according to his passport, which was given by date, 25th of July 15, for example, in city Vilna.
A lot of refugees who were forced to come, who came into Ukraine, they didn't have passports. They had, after a while they got the ID, right?
Yeah.
But they
And
didn't have any passports.
because they needed, if it was an emergency, anyways, they had some leader with them, I mean, a rabbi or somebody. And this rabbi were saying to these communities that I came together with 15 people, and these people is la la la, and we are from city. And they were listening because some of the people were still sitting in these cities, and they were listening between each other, and they were asking, do you really know this rabbi and these people? Are they really from this city? I mean, Jews. And the government from another side was doing the same thing. They were checking because they were very afraid of Jewish spies. Spies.
Do you know anything about pre-1900 documents from Minkowski? It should be in Canada Adult Archive, but there's nothing there.
So if it's, it should be in Khmelnytsky instead of.
I was in the archive before it broke down, and they said there's no documents around Minkowski. You didn't know there should be. I wondered if you just came across some other places.
But I told you that Khmelnytsky archive don't want to give any documents from Communist Podolsky archive.
I understand. I was someplace else.
Of course, it could be somewhere else. As I told you, that nobody knows. First of all, you need to check very clear what uyezd and oblast, it was in the different periods of time, because there is some cities which is very close to Kamenets-Podolsky, but they are Romania, for example. It's like 15 kilometers till Kamenets-Podolsky, but it's not Kamenets-Podolsky Oblast.
You need to understand that we are still in process of research of any small places. So probably we'll find it sometime. You know, but we're still in process. So this 5 years, we're just searching and finding new information about the cities and about the cities that in the other archives, and doing our own index of it. So hopefully it will be some kind of book, a big book in some years. I don't know how many time we will take, but this is a big process of research. So.
I just wondered if you've come across the town someplace else. That's all.
Okay. Anyways, you can write us in email about what you have in which city. It will check it specially. It will tell it if it's because we're not also alone. We have a lot of colleagues and friends, and if somebody go to some archive, we trying to ask them to bring as more information as they can. So we are working. Thank you.
I'm suggesting something that you put on your website, that you say, on this date, October the 1st, I'm going to this archive for a week, so people can see and plan.
I'm doing it. We also have Facebook page where it's more flexible. So sometimes I'm writing this thing in the Facebook page. So follow us on Facebook. It's the same name like Joy 4. It's very easy to find. Yeah, it's very funny kind of the document. Again, nobody knows that they exist, but each big city made election of official rabbi, and so that means that from each city we have information from all synagogues members. In Uman, for example, we have elections from 25 synagogues which are trying to elect one rabbi. In Kharkov archive, for example, there is books like that about election of some rabbi and who is agreed with it, who is not agreed with it. Like the same process exactly that we have each 5 years now. Exactly the same. Nothing changed. And there is no big difference between elections in synagogue and elections in the government. It's just the same.
I'm a little reluctant to ask this because I don't want to bore people, but so I don't know. I still do not know exactly geographically where they live.
What I'm doing for myself, for example, first of all, I'm checking Yad Vashem website, and I'm looking where was more of these family names victims or evacuated peoples. Now they have not so bad list of people. They have some alive people as well. So I'm checking from where it could be physically. And we have a couple of Russian websites like that. Again, army records, some memory records and things like that. And after that, it's more easy to say from where could be this person.
Why would you say Northern Bukovina, though? Wasn't Northern Bukovina part of, was that ever part of Russia?
No, it was Romania till 1940. But a lot of Ukrainian people, I mean Russian Empire people, especially in 21, 22, were going to United States and to Palestine through Romania. And maybe some of them were living there for a couple of years and trying to get new money for a ticket or something like that.
This is 1893.
See?
1893. So it's very confusing. It took me 12 years to find what their real name was. I just found it last year. So.
Mazal tov. Sometimes it's impossible till the end of the.
Because they changed it when they came. But I found the name, but now I'm trying to focus in on the locality.
Like most most of immigrants after the Civil War were going to United States through Romania. So in half of the documents it would be written that like they came from Romania. It's true, they came from Romania.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Your address, telephone number?
Yes.
Skype name.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're out of time. Okay, we're out of time, I think. Thank you for coming. Thank you for questions. It was very pleasure to. So you are welcome to our next meeting today. It's 4:45, and with our web business cards and so on. Thank you.